What's up, guys? It is about it's like 10:30 right now, I think, on Tuesday night. I'm a little bit bored in between a hockey game, and I figured I'd put some things on the board here, some news items and some other things that have popped up over the last few days that I don't really see many guys reporting on. And I figured, hey, let's throw them on the board and put out one of these news videos. So the first thing on the board, and it happened Saturday night at Knoxville. Dusty Zomer got a 4:10 win at the Knoxville Raceway. And it was the first time that Dusty Zomer has won at Knoxville since April 23rd of 2016, and that was in a 360. You'd have to go back even farther to find that last 410 win at Knoxville. That was on July 18th of 2015. So been 5 plus 4, 9, almost 10 years since Dusty Zomer had won a 410 race at Knoxville Raceway. Dusty Zomer, one of the nicest guys I've ever met in the pit area at a sprint car race. And it was awesome to see him get back to victory lane at Knoxville in that 3J car. And hopefully that leads to many more wins down the road for him. Dusty Zomer retired there for a year or two, was gone for what seemed like forever, from the sport, and then came back, what was it, last year or the year before, ran full-time with High Limit for their 10 to 12 race schedule last year, and was pretty fast. He had Lasowski helping him out, and then all of a sudden, here he goes. He's winning a race at Knoxville. He got a win at Huset's last year as well, but I thought this was quite interesting. It'd been a long time since Zomer got a win at Knoxville. Next thing on the board here, Brent Marks. Last night at Kokomo, his top 10 streak has come to an end. Him and Brad Sweet entering last night were the only two drivers that had been in the top 10 for every single High Limit race so far this year, stretching back to East Bay for 14 races in a row. But last night, during his Kokomo Speedway debut, Brent Marks ended up in the 16th position, and that top 10 streak has come to an end. And so Brad Sweet, now the only guy with 15 top 10s to open up the 2024 season with High Limit Racing. Also announced tonight, and this was what kind of sparked this video. I had all these other things that, I had in mind, and I was like, man, I just need maybe one more thing to put a video together. And so Willie Croft, the driver out of California, longtime racer with King of the West and NARC and Golden State Challenge Series, put out a Facebook post that he is set to retire at the end of 2024. His last race will be the Trophy Cup at Tulare. That is going to be on October 17th through the 19th. Willie Croft, like I said, very long time, racer out there in California, even has a win with the MOA Sprint Cars at Lincoln, Illinois. He's got wins all over the place, but mostly known as a California sprint car driver, and putting in the Facebook post that he is set to retire due to, trying to focus on his son Cole's racing. Cole Croft racing the Outlaw Kart at Cycleland and Red Bluff and Lakeport out there on the West Coast. And Willie Croft, a pretty successful career for him. He was the 2018 Trophy Cup winner of the main event. He was a nine-time King of the West, NARC, and Golden State Challenge Series winner, two-time winner with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour as well, as many other local wins here and there and whatnot. But those are some of the wins, some of his bigger wins that he had in his career. Croft was supposed to drive for Kevin Rudine and be a full-time member up there at the Skagit Speedway competing for the championship. But in that Facebook post, he put that it looked like there's only like 2 or 3 more races on his schedule for Skagit this year. So I don't know if he's going to be racing for that full-time Skagit championship anymore. It doesn't look like it, according to that Facebook post. So we'll have to wait and see. But Willie Croft, this will be his final year as a driver in a sprint car. So one hell of a career, good guy as well. Owns that Americo powder coating. He's done a lot of work for a lot of people out there on the West Coast as well. So next thing on the board, Roger Crockett tabbed as the new driver of the Beaver Racing number 12X car. That 12X started the year out with Carson McCarl behind the wheel. They ran with High Limit at Salina Highbanks, and then after that race, they split ways. And then the most recent driver of that car was Paul Nienheiser. They ran together with High Limit at Lakeside Speedway. Then they ran at Knoxville the night after that. And then Nienheiser, he's got his own car. He's got the Midland 50 car as well that he runs. So I think he's got some other things going on, other commitments to where he's not able to run that 12X car. And so they put Roger Crockett in it last weekend at Knoxville. They ended up 15th in their first race together. And I want to say, I could be wrong on this, but I want to say that was the first race for Roger Crockett since he had a kidney transplant at the beginning of the year. So good to see Roger Crockett get back behind the wheel. Awesome guy, owner of Rocket Designs. He's done a lot of work for a lot of people, kind of like Willie Croft in a little bit of a different sense. But great to see Roger Crockett get back behind the wheel after struggling with some health stuff here over the last couple of years. And hope to see those guys have some success They put out a schedule earlier this week or a couple days ago. I can't remember exactly what it is, but they're going to be doing a little bit more racing here over the coming weeks. So good to see Roger Crockett back behind the wheel. And the final thing, and this one was kind of interesting, TwoC Racing, that car that Wayne Johnson has drove for a long time. He was the Rookie of the Year with the Outlaws a couple years ago behind the wheel of the TwoC car. Obviously, Wayne getting hurt in that wreck at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track with High Limit earlier this year, and kind of messing his hand up quite a bit there. And he's starting to regain the motor functions of his hands and things like that. But Wayne Johnson, they put out a post on Facebook saying that he was more than likely going to be retired. He was going to be the team manager, the crew chief of the car. They hire Seth Bergman to drive, and it didn't last very long. They ran 3 races, and they were pretty good. They won with the ASCS. They finished second with ASCS and then 14th as well. They ran 3 races, a first, second, and a 14th, all with the ASCS National Tour, and things went sideways, I guess. Bergman, it said in the post on Facebook that he's going to be focusing on his own program. So waiting to hear who the new driver is of that TwoC Racing car. Hopefully they find somebody soon, and we hope to see them with High Limit as well with the 410 under the hood. And all the best to TwoC Racing, and also all the best to Wayne Johnson. Hope he's doing all right. Good friend of mine. Hope to see him back at the racetrack soon with High Limit. And that's all we've got for this news and things video here. Some of this stuff is a couple days old, but figured I'd throw it on the board and put a video together. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.